In this episode, I wanted to start to tackle something that is really very serious and very relevant, and that is that the veterinary profession is in trouble. One of the things that is occurring is that veterinary graduates are leaving the profession at a very, very high rate. Yes, we have a high suicide rate, which I will move into during the course of today's episode, but many vets are leaving the profession to go to other professions, to discover that what they really thought they wanted to do, they don't want to be in the situation where they find themselves. And one of the contributing factors to that is a high level of burnout and a very high level of compassion fatigue. Today's episode is an introduction into burnout and compassion fatigue. So if you feel like you really need some assistance, then please reach out, because the only way we are able to overcome these feelings and these situations is to start to share them. Let's look at some statistics. In the United States of America, veterinary burnout or burnout in veterinarians costs the industry more than $1 billion per annum. If we include veterinary technicians, in South Africa, these are the professionals that we refer to as veterinary nurses, then it costs the industry even more. And burnout is increasing across all medical professions. A topic that frequently is raised is the suicide rate among veterinarians. I'm aware of it because I'm a vet. The statistics that I could gather are based on numbers in the United States of America. The most recent survey that was performed and published in the middle of 2022, so fairly recent. And if we compare the suicide rates in the United States of veterinarians versus the general public, then gender plays a very big role in the frequency or the number of suicides that occur. Male vets are 1.6 times more likely to commit suicide. Female vets, 2.4 times higher than the general public. If we look at veterinary technicians, and remember I said in South Africa, those are the professionals that we call veterinary nurses. Male veterinary technicians, 5 times higher suicide rate, and female veterinary technicians, 2.3 times higher. So whether you are a female vet or a female veterinary technician, your numbers are pretty much the same. If we compare veterinarian suicide rates to those of physicians and dentists, then the veterinary rate is 2 times higher than those other medical professionals. And we have the highest suicide rate of all professions. Looking at the Center for Disease Control, again in the United States, 1 out of 6 veterinarians will consider suicide. 1 out of 6 veterinarians will consider suicide. That is extraordinarily high. The other disturbing factor about suicide in veterinarians is that vets have fewer unsuccessful suicide attempts. In other words, we know what we're doing, and we know what we want, and we don't make a mistake. It's a shocking statistic.